your weary head. So.
Nice. Yeah, that's the things you discover on stage.
Who knew? Okay, so this next song that we're going to be singing is Song of the Siren. And this is a song that I was out on the ocean one day and I said, oh, the ocean is so pretty. And I was actually in Okinawa for a time, and the water there is like clear, it's like bath water, right? And the sun is so bright. But I come back here and the water is so blue, and you know, I'm looking at it by night and it's so beautiful. So this is a parody on the ocean and its kindness and coolness in regards to the concept of it as a siren. Oh. Some say her eyes are violet blue, her hair as black as night, and others swear her eyes are green, her looks would shame the light. Some say she is a fearful hag, a fiend without a soul. If her will yet tame, you'll have wealth and fame, but her will may take its toll. No fairer mistress man can find, no ruler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. I was born a fisher's son, but a fisher I'd not be. Each year that passed I heard more clear a siren call for me. So one day I signed a crew a ship, I bid farewell to land. I sailed far and near with no thought of fear, hearing only her command. No fairer mistress man can find, no ruler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. Fine, the men are glad we sail with God, they say. But when the raging storm comes on, how differently they pray. The eyes of every crewman will betray his thoughts to me. Aye, that he wonders well whether o'er the swell with God or the devil sails he. No fairer mistress man can find, the ruler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. Toast the voyage, valor, bear in porter and in ale. Of good men's lives the which cut short, we tell a mournful tale. Ah, but I will sail in the raging gale, nor shelter in the lee. But my fate is fixed till the day at last when the siren calls for me. No fairer mistress man can find, the ruler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. No fairer mistress man can find, could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me.
You know, I've learned something this evening.
You're tall too?
Well, okay, now I've learned two things. No, I've learned something this evening. Truly I have. You really don't need me on guitar.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure she's got this. I think she's. You guys think she's got this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's got this too.
I know she's got it.
Yeah.
This message has been brought to you by the letters J, P, and C. And the color
Green.
blue. Thank you. Somebody got it right.
Oh.
This message has been brought to you by the letters J, P, and C, and the color turquoise.
Blue.
Somebody kick Mr. Turquoise. You should kick him in the blue. We now return you to your regularly scheduled Ambra.
Wait, that would be the irregular schedule.
Well, I hope I'm not that irregular.
No, but you should move here.
Okay. So this next song is one that I wrote when I was a young bard, and I thought I was the bomb diggity. There's just the medieval technical term, and I knew everything, right? Because you know how that is, right? You get to a certain level and you're like, I don't need anybody, right? And then I learned the ridiculously horrible truth of that. And came out the other side wiser, truly understanding the importance and value of friendship. So That's what this song's about.
What's it called?
Was it cold?
Yeah, what's it called?
It was, oh, forgive me, Wyvernwood Wanderlust. I was but a young girl. That's too low. Bear with me 1 second.
It's so informal, we'll start again.
So much better. When I was but a young girl, I had aspirations none, save to marry a rich merchant, bear him rich merchant sons. Hearing once a minstrel song, I made another choice, judged not by blood nor breeding, but the beauty of my voice. A windward wanderlust detained me from my home, to find myself in fortune's grace, the byways for to roam. Along the road I met a man as comely as the sky. He offered for my travels but a single question: why would I reject the marriage bed, a home, a heart, the fire? I seek rings from noble hands, for fame is my desire. My windward wanderlust wouldn't let me be his own. So it was I steeled my heart, made my way alone. Onward to the market towns I travelled seeking fame, and soon from into gilded hall the people knew my name. Of a thin cruel fate did strike me down, as like to be God's will. But with the winter came the snow, with it I grew ill. My windward wanderlust and pride had made me vain. The road it held no warmth for me, but the snow, the sleet, the rain. I walked as far as I could walk, I crawled yet farther still. Body numb, my senses gone, not held me but my will. I had no fire, no shelter, no voice left to summon aid. I shivered in the frozen winds, alone apart, afraid. Damn my windward wanderlust, the master of my fate. Across the pride of shadow, across the light of freedom fell, a shadow seemed too late. Slowly I awoke, no longer was alone. Wrapped within thick furs, I felt the warmth sink to my bones. And a young man sat beside, I tried to speak, but all in vain. A fear rose up inside me, would I ever sing again? Had my windward wanderlust damned me for vanity? And how had I this angel gained to sit and watch o'er me? Many years have passed, I've no regrets I would declare, save the bruising to my ego and a lesson to beware. When you make your prideful way without a home or friend, the greatest fame still leaves you cold and friendless in the end. My windward wanderlust may take me from the town, but not every hand that's offered me will try to tie me down. My windward wanderlust has ta'en me far to roam. The west wind takes me wandering, but the east wind brings me home. This next song is called Good Hunter. There's a bit of a burden line. So this is written in the traditional style of, well, child ballads, so you can have fun trying to, you know, get that to pass through the rules. But nonetheless, it sounds really cool and it sounds period. There are some. If you're not familiar with child ballads, they're basically ballads that are passed down, and somebody will hear it, and they'll take it to another town, and they'll sing it, but they'll only remember some of the words, so they'll figure it out. So there's like 90 million versions of like all of them. So I took what I liked, left what I didn't, and I added a couple extra stuff because you can. So I hope you like it. Come sit you down on this dark night, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Hearken to a tale of fright, that you be a mighty hunter. A maid dwells in the woods nearby, wind well thy horn, good hunter. She calls the careless with her cry, for she is a mighty hunter. No mortal man can break her will, wind well thy horn, good hunter. No sword avails, no strength nor skill, for she is a mighty hunter. One day a man of chivalry, wind well thy horn, good hunter. He did not this history, though he was a mighty hunter. So I shall tell you of his fate, wind well thy horn, good hunter. The knight who learned the truth too late, for he was a mighty hunter. He ranged the woods both far and near, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Till the sounds of weeping drew his ear, for he was a mighty hunter. Why weep you in the forest here, wind well thy horn, good hunter? Oh, a boar has killed my husband dear, though he was a mighty hunter. Oh, where shall I this wild boar see, wind well thy horn, good hunter? Blow a blast, he'll come to thee, for he is a mighty hunter. So the knight put horn unto his mouth, wind well thy horn, good hunter. He blew it north, east, west, and south, for he was a mighty hunter. As strong as 7 armored men, wind well thy horn, good hunter. The boar came forth from out his den, and he was a mighty hunter. The boar cut wounds of scarlet red, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Till the knight at last struck off his head, for he is a mighty hunter. Then the knight turned to the maid, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Thou art the man of greater might, yes, you are a greater hunter. Fair lady, sad this day must be, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Let me take you off with me, for I am a mighty hunter. Your beauty rare has captured me, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Come up, my love, I'll marry thee, for I am a mighty hunter. Oh, foolish knight, the wife I'll be, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Just he who'll come and follow me, for I am a mighty hunter. You have slain my magic boar, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Who was a man as you before, yes, he was a mighty hunter. And now you'll take his place, good night, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Till we are slain by greater might, yes, by some mighty hunter. The knight cried out in grieful sore, wind well thy horn, good hunter. For he had stood now lay afore, and he was a mighty hunter. Where all ye the crying bride, wind well thy horn, good hunter. Who hunts within the greenwood side, for she is a mighty hunter. Hunt not within the maid's domain, wind well thy horn, good hunter. For as a beast you may remain, as one more mighty hunter. Such a happy song. Yeah, I don't have a lot of those. It's the Irish in me. Okay, so this song I'm going to do a cappella, mainly because it's just better that way. This song is called I Am Able. My father is a military man. He's been in the service most of his life. He retired. He contracted for the service. He got out. He helped other people train for the service. So, big military family. Doing what he did, he had to be away quite a bit. So, it always grieved his heart knowing that he had to leave us behind, thinking that, you know, perhaps we felt like he wasn't doing right by us and that sort of thing. And I saw this pain in his eyes. So I wrote this song from his perspective to me, so he would understand I understood his perspective. Think about that for a second. So I hope you like it. You ask as if heartbroken why I must go. That you know not is my failing. You doubt that a part of me bides with you though. With my king I am on the tide sailing. In life there is darkness, though you've known but light. Each day I must fight for this fable. My fealty once sworn to my king as a knight. To my oath binds my sword if I'm able. And I am able. My mind is sharp and my heart it is bold. The older my body grows, each passing season shows that I am still able. You ask if my favor might better be bought by what of more strength or more beauty. If some greater effort might better be wrought to sway me from my sense of duty. Oh, I wish I could spare you the grief of your doubt, but wisdom and youth share no table. Though you curse a life you know nothing about, with each step I give all I am able. For I am able. My mind is sharp and my heart it is bold. The older my body grows, each passing season shows that I am still able. You whisper your fear as by dawn I depart. I know there is much left unspoken. So heavy my burdens, heavy my heart. Think that I leave your own broken, but I pray that someday you may yet understand what duty and honor and kingdom can mean to a man who has fought for this land in defense of his home and his freedom. For I am able. My mind is sharp and my heart it is bold. The older my body grows, each passing season shows that I am able. My mind is sharp and my heart it is bold. The older my body grows, each passing season shows that I am still able. Delicious. So this one I wrote on an airplane going to my producer's house, completely understanding that I did not have enough songs for my CD, so I had to figure something out. She loves it when I do that to her. But this, the caution of this tale is be mindful of your brother's woes, for someday they can become yours. So. The king sits upon his fed throne in his court, hearing tales of good corrupts and good store. Went into his bailey, there rides a young page, dismounting before the king's door. Forgive me, O king, for my road-weary state, that urgently you must attend. I come from the kingdom that lies to your north. Our land is besieged by foul men. Lend us your swords, your shields, and your strength to stave off the breach of our walls. Our foe is too great, we cannot hold long. Make haste before our kingdom falls. Your peril is clear, the king answers the page, and barely your words do implore. But why should my countrymen suffer your fate, and ride off to die in your war? The king sips his wine with his steward close by, giving word of fine weather to be. When into his hall runs a squire from the east, who before the king falls to one knee. Forgive me, O king, for my road-weary state, urgently you must attend. I come from the kingdom that lies to your east. Our land is besieged by foul men. Lend us your swords, your shields, and your strength to stave off the breach of our walls. This foe is too great, we cannot hold long. Make haste before our kingdom falls. Your peril is clear, the king answers the squire. Barely our words do implore. Why should my countrymen suffer your fate, and ride off to die in your war? The harvest is in, and the king is at feast. With his queen he begins a pavane. But the light is soon dimmed as the doors open wide, and a night comes, and then with a helmet and coat of blades on. Forgive me, O king, for my road-weary state, but urgently you must attend. I come from the kingdom that lies to your west. Our land is besieged by foul men. Lend us your swords, your shields, and your strength to stave off the breach of our walls. This foe is too great, we cannot hold long. Make haste before our kingdom falls. Your peril is clear, the king answers the night. Barely our words do implore. But why should my countrymen suffer your fate, ride off to die in your war? Fires burn bright and the king bids his bard tell of deeds of the heroes of old. But the light is soon dimmed as the doors open wide, and a duke staggers in from the cold. Forgive me, O king, for my road-weary state, but urgently you must attend. I come from a kingdom that lies to your south. Our land is besieged by foul men. Lend us your swords, your shields, and your strength to stave off the breach of our walls. This foe is too great, we cannot hold long. Make haste before our kingdom falls. Your peril is clear, the king answers the duke. Fairly our words do implore. Yet why should my countrymen suffer your fate, ride off to die in your war? The king sits upon his fair throne once again. Under siege is his castle so grand. His crops feed his folk while his own people starve. His enemies ravage his land. Ah, king, if you join with your kinsmen but once, this day might have not come to be. But your indifferent heart left you here without friends, so mind your blade lip and leave your realm naked to me. Take warning, all ye who like islands would stand, for when evil is laid at your door, a land without allies becomes a land lost, and another man's war becomes yours.
They were there. This one is.
Okay, so this was a nice little ballad that I wrote after watching Legend. Anybody see that movie before? Yeah. So to remember, the spoiled little princess says, "Oh, I know we're in love, Jack, but I'm not going to marry you unless you jump into this giant body of water that's got lots of undercurrents and find this silver ring, because that's reasonable." But I thought it was a really cool idea. I'm of two minds. So here's my take on that. Her true love came a-courting while he came. For his sunny papa, she loved him all the same. Loved him as the morning sun loves the early dew. He loved her as fair Cupid favors well the bending yew. Her father, most concerned, decided wealthier she'd wed, and promised that the miller would soon share her marriage bed. But challenging the whims of fate, she vowed to turn the tide. And so she took her suitors both unto the waterside, singing, hey-ho, into the spray he goes. Hey-ho, into the river she flies. Hey-ho, as the wind and rain and the leaves do fall. Hey-ho, true love never dies. From off her slightest finger, she pulled a silver ring. Promised he who found it first would marry her come spring. But slyly did she slip a stone into her grasp instead, and tossed it oh so cleverly into the riverbed. Then both men leapt into the spray to meet her heart's demand. She planned to slip her silver ring into her lover's hand. So cunningly she crafted fate toward all that she could wish, and smugly watched the miller rise like some befuddled fish, singing, hey-ho, into the spray he goes. Hey-ho, into the river she flies. Hey-ho, as the wind and rain and the leaves do fall. Hey-ho, true love never dies. With triumph all but in her grasp, she thought she'd won the game. Her one true love had yet to rise, so thrice she called his name. Suddenly her worry flared, fueling well her fears. In horror saw what she had done, and many were her tears. She threw her cloak from off her back, she leapt into the spray. She found herself imperiled as the river had its way. The icy current dragged her down, drowning out her cry. But then her lover caught her hands and pulled her to the sky, singing, hey-ho, into the spray he goes. Hey-ho, into the river she flies. Hey-ho, as the wind and rain and the leaves do fall. Hey-ho, true love never dies. Her true love drew her to the shore. The mud was thick and cold. He cut the corset from her chest, he kissed her full and full. The water dropped within her rose, sparing her cruel death. She slipped the ring into his hand before she drew first breath. He knew the trick at once and laughed to share their secret jest. He raised the ring to show the miller he had won the test. Come spring, the two were married, they lived their time sleigh, singing hey ho, into the spray he goes. Hey ho, into the river she flies. Hey ho, has the wind and rain, and the leaves do fall. Hey ho, true love never dies. Hey ho, true love never dies. They don't all die or turn into horrible beasts. Just almost.
Never a finer life.
No, occasionally the cheaters win.
Usually spoils the cleverness.
Same thing.
So this song I wrote in deference to my beloved. It's a nice little Irish ditty talking about what I value most in my significant other, which is you. There is never a finer laddie than the laddie that I love. Never a finer laddie than the lad that I sing of. A ready smile, a cunning wit, a laugh that's easy one. Mercy me, it's plain to see my heart has been undone. Now I've been known a rover, I've roamed by land and sea. From sailor unto noble, I've been sought most courtingly. And though it's true a time or two, it seems they did beguile. All were passing fancies till I saw my laddie smile, singing never a finer laddie than the laddie that I love. Never a finer laddie than the lad that I sing of. A ready smile, a cunning wit, a laugh that's easy one. Mercy me, it's plain to see my heart has been undone. Now some may covet power, a man both keen and stern, while others crave a crafty lord the riches he can earn. But gold won't soothe your sighing, and no silver buys your love. In the end, a loving friend is all that I dream of, singing never a finer laddie than the laddie that I love. Never a finer laddie than the lad that I sing of. A ready smile, a cunning wit, a laugh that's easy won. Mercy me, it's plain to see my heart has been undone. The twinkle in his eye, his roguish hand in mine, are all I value most and will never fade with time. And when that I am old and grey and cannot rove no more, I have my laughing laddie, art the man that I adore. Singing never a finer laddie than the laddie that I love. Never a finer laddie than the lad that I sing of. A ready smile, a cunning wit, a laugh that's easy one. Mercy me, it's plain to see my heart has been undone. Mercy me, it's plain to see my heart has been well won. All right, so that one was awesome. So I have this horrible tendency of, or I had this horrible tendency, now it's managed. When I'm writing my songs, I'm so excited about what I'm trying to say that I forget that I actually have to like say something as opposed to just keep talking. So something my producer had to deal with on a regular basis was taking a look at my songs, the first drafts, and she said, "Oh, this is great for 4 songs." Ooh, what? So there were a little ADD to start. So I came up with this concept. I wanted the let's do a love song, a song about a man vying for a woman's love, but not in a like troubadour way, but in a like roar, I love you kind of way, you know? So I wrote this thing about, you know, pirates coming and fighting and winning back love, and then I had to figure out how to plausibly put it into sort of a historical perspective, which was creative. So this is actually taken from the perspective of a Greek king who happened to have somebody from Barbary come over and do a little snatch in the middle of the night and take his queen away and learn the error of his ways. So, this one is called For Her I Dare. Okay. Hearken to me, there's a tale I would tell you of love and of battle, of sorrow and grief, the deeds of a king and the valor of comrades, the favor of gods and the fate of a thief. That were her guardsmen like rotwood in winter, Boot-trampled earth spoke of how well they fought. As each man lay lifeless, I knelt and I swore the sacrifice given would not be for naught. Oh, I heed not the warnings of rain and of thunder. I heed not the cries of my own panicked mare. I heed not the tides that would tear us asunder. For her I dare. Now sunk in a tree was a silver-chased dagger, carved in the fashion of our barbarity. Hung from its blade was a pirate's demand for a ransom in gold that my lady go free. I am the blade, but by her I am tempered. Strong in our love I've a deed to perform. Set well our sails in the wake of the pirates. They are the shadow, but I am the storm. Oh, I heed not the warnings of rain and of thunder. I heed not the pure darkness, I will not despair. I heed not the tides that would tear us asunder. For her I dare. Now we put to the ocean in the swiftest of vessels to sail on the Mediterranean Sea. But too light our ships for the winds and the gales and the torrents of rain lashing mercilessly. So mercy I cried to the god of the ocean. I spoke of the beauty my lady possessed. How like the god's own graceful daughter she seemed, and I offered my faith for his aid in my quest. Thunderclouds parted, the sun lit the heavens, the sea turned to glass as we sighted our prey. With the winds now behind us we measured the distance, soon their ships lay but a few leagues away. Now to your weapons, my men, my companions, now for this perfidy they shall atone. Leave not a man of this pirate's crew standing, the head of its captain I claim for my own. For I heed not the warnings of rain and of thunder. I heed not the fury of bloody corsair. I heed not the tides that would tear us asunder. For her I dare. Now bright were the banners and loud were the cheers. The morning our lady returned to our hall, and bright is the temple I caused to be raised to the god and his power who heeded my call. Of love and of battle, of sorrow and grief, of valor, of favor, my tale I have told. There's wisdom you hear from the lips of a king, that no deed done for love can be counted too bold. Oh, I heeded not darkness, nor rain, nor the thunder. And any who'd doubt me, be wise and beware. No force under heaven shall tear us asunder. For her I dare. For her I dared. So,
Buttons.
if you're familiar with the SEA, a few of you maybe, martial combat is a very big part of what we do. So, I like to add my shield to the wall. I got authorized in heavy fighting and joined my kingdom at war to help defend our lands or take it back, whatever the gig may be. So early on, I was less awesome as shieldman as I am now.
You say it honestly. Just a little.
I would come back from battle and you'd see the great weapon, fighters, the spearmen and the glademen. They'd be sitting around the campfire saying, "Ah, I killed 15 men. Ha! Hundreds fell to my blade." And they'd come in and I with my heater and my little sword, and they say, "Ambra, how many have you fallen today?" And I said, maybe one. So it was a week of this, where each day my maybe one, maybe two grew a little meeker. And I started thinking, at least I'm there, whatever. But so after the query came again, "Ambra, how many did you kill today?" I said, not so many, but then a lord by the fire asked, "But Ambra, how many did you save today?" And I said, oh, that's gotta be a song. So this is my Shieldman song about humility that I sing, oh so humbly. I hope you like it. A glademan was boasting, I took 10 men down. Spearmen said twice that has earned me renown. When asked on my merit what count I claimed mine, I answered I saved many lives on the line. I add my shield to the wall. My glory's not forged by the bowmen who fall. I guard well my kinsmen, I hold against the tide, that by God none shall fall who are standing my side. An archer proclaimed by my bow it began. A siege master cried, did you see how they ran? A lady of coursing asked, did you pursue? I answered them all with humility true. No, I add my shield to the wall. My glory's not forged by the foemen who fall. I guard well my kinsmen, I hold against the tide, that by God none shall fall who are standing my side. Then a red-belted youth asked, did you ever tire? I laughed, don't be foolish, of course my good squire, but mind you the shame should you have to declare. When the wall fell, brother, you were not there. I add my shield to the wall. Glory's not forged by the foemen who fall. I guard well my kinsmen, I hold against the tide, that by God none shall fall who are standing my side. My king called my name, held my hand in his hand, and he spoke, brave the heart, who beside me would stand. Not once took you ease, I was proud you were mine. Oh yeah, I was so proud. I answered my liege, a shield rests at the line. I add my shield to the wall. My glory's not forged by the foemen who fall. I guard well my kinsmen, I hold against the tide, that by God none shall fall who are standing my side. So add your shield to the wall. Our glory's not forged by the foemen who fall. We guard well our kinsmen, we hold against the tide, that by God none shall fall who would stand by our side. Alright, so this is the last song that I was singing tonight. This song is called Who Served the Soldiers? So, little background on this. I'm driving in traffic, because that's what medieval people do. And I'm absolutely losing my mind about this person inside who obviously is new to the area. They don't know. I'm in Maryland, DC somewhere. And it's hard enough to drive under the best of circumstances, but this person was obviously challenged. And coming from me, if you knew me, you would understand the depth of that statement. But as I'm sitting there trying to do my usas, and being very angry at this person, I'm staring at his bumper because it won't move. I see this sticker, and it says, all gave some, and some gave all. And I said, oh, what a great idea for a song! So, instantly not frustrated, I'm sorry for that was loud. Instantly not frustrated anymore as I spent the next hour and a half in traffic writing this song. So. Early one morn to the market I walked, a bonnet to buy for my ire. I passed a bold wastrel who called for a coin. Of two I had, one I would spare. A charity thusly supplied was no sin, though we'd likely just waste it on wine. Though no longer could I my bonnet afford, a ribbon would do just as fine. Who serve the soldiers who serve all the rest, the few and the brave and the best of the best. In duty and honor, in humility, they've all given some, and some give all for thee. Now later a soldier who served at the front took refuge with us for the night. He entertained all with his tales of the war, thus he gained great esteem in my sight. His quick wit defied any pain in his eyes, and his words held no hint of regret. He had sacrificed much, and he'd sacrifice more, his one fear that we might forget. Who serve the soldiers who serve all the rest, the few and the brave and the best of the best. In duty and honor, in humility, they've all given some, and some give all for thee. So I offered the ribbon I purchased that morn. I told him my favor he'd won. He said, "Good my lady, your kindness and yours, of greater gifts I have known none. For I was that veteran who called for your coin, and though I must leave with the dawn, please let your fine ribbon remind you of me, and thus shall I ever live on." Who serve the soldiers who serve all the rest, the few and the brave and the best of the best. In duty and honor, in humility, they've all given some, and some give all for thee. He left the next morn, but too soon I learned that he'd met his end on the field. Defending his captain, my bold soldier fell, in honor was laid on his shield. But each morning I rise, I remember his words, and all he so willingly gave. That fine yellow ribbon I bind in my hair, and another doth lie on his grave. Let us serve the soldiers who serve all the rest, the few and the brave and the best of the best. In duty and honor, in humility, they've all given some, and some give all for thee. Remember the soldiers who serve all the rest, the few and the brave and the best of the best. In duty and honor, in humility, they've all given some, and some give all for thee. They've all given some, and one gave all for me. And don't yell at vets in traffic. Badger Jr.
Great song.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Her Ladyship Ambra. Not bad for a trip down from Jack's. Give us just a couple minutes. We're gonna do a quick couple of technical things on the guitar. It's all very technical. It's all very technical. Really just involves changing a few things about. But give us just a couple minutes, get a drink, take a stretch, and we'll be back momentarily with some local talent.